Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jennifer Goldman. I'm a nonprofit strategist helping organizational leaders implement better business practices into their organization so they can achieve greater success and get to their goals. Today, I wanted to talk to you. It's actually my mission this year to talk more about value proposition, which is one of the business terms that I would love for nonprofit leaders to adopt. And talking about value proposition, we're talking about what is the value of what you're providing to your community. And that really starts with yourself. Are you able to understand and communicate your own personal value, what you bring to the table, what you bring to your organization? And that can help you define what your organization is bringing to the community. So, one of the things that I value most is knowing that we learn more from our mistakes, or at least that's what they tell us, which I do think is true and is perfect for me as a former executive director. I know when I was running a nonprofit organization, I made tons of mistakes, as we all do as human beings. And I did learn a great deal from it. And I don't want to take away from the fact that I am a nonprofit strategist and that I love working with organizations, because I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to mess it all up. No, it actually lends itself perfectly because I learned from a lot of the mistakes that I made. I learned from the successes as well. And I'm still learning more every day. And I know that while I was there, um, I learned a lot about who I am in the process as well. Not just my management style, but who I am as a manager and a leader. And that was huge. And one of the things that I know, and I'm just going to out myself here, throw myself under the bus, I am or was one of those do it all myself kind of people. Like, I don't have time to explain it to you. And if I have to ask you to do it anyway, it's just faster and better if I do it myself, and taking over all the tasks. And what I'm seeing is that this is a common trait in executive directors. I see a lot of people, not all of them, who are that do gooder, task oriented person like I had been. And it's great. They get the job done. They do a ton. But I also see that common thread of people with that personality trait also complaining a lot about having dysfunctional boards. And one of the things that I know, and I'm not picking on anyone else, I'm just going to pick on me, is that doing all the tasks leads itself to others being dysfunctional, not stepping up because you've taken over, you've done it all, or you're doing it all. And some board members are perfectly fine with that. And I liken that to the people who want to sit on a board. And what we want are people who want to serve our board, and we want them to serve the board. So I know one of the things that helped me, I don't know if you've read it, and this is not a book review video, but Ken Blanchard's The 1 Minute Manager Meets the Monkey. It's a mouthful to say, but it was such a profound book to me. If you've ever read Ken Blanchard's books, their management things are super thin, easy reads. And I liken it to that expression, not my circus, not my monkeys. Well, this is your circus, but they don't have to be all of your monkeys. And basically, what he teaches me, or what he taught me, is that as other people are heaping their monkeys on your back, they're not all yours to accept. As the manager, as the leader of your organization, you need to put those monkeys back on the backs of the people that they belong with. And so, what you need to do as manager, one of the things that I try to teach organizational leaders is to take that, 10,000-mile approach. You want to be overhead, you want to be oversight, you want to be managing what's going on with your organization. You don't want to be managing every little task. You want to be able to see the clear picture and the big picture, and being able to manage those within your organization. And I know sometimes we feel a little weird about that because your board is your boss, kind of. But it's really your job, especially when it's a working board. You need to make sure that they are in tune with the day-to-day operations, with what your mission is, with helping to guide and direct the organization. And it's your job to carry those things out, but it's also your job to be able to manage all the pieces. And you can't do that when you're on the ground doing all of the tasks. So I hope this helps you. I know it helped me a ton. If you want to read it again, it's called Ken Blanchard's The 1 Minute Manager Meets the Monkey. And it really helped me firm up my leadership style of what things belong with me and what things do I need to leave alone. And I know, just as I grew into myself and really learning to trust myself and know my value and what I'm worth, it also became incumbent upon me to trust others then. to trust others to do the job that they're meant to do, the tasks that they need to be doing that are theirs, um, and not always doing it because I could do it better, I could do it faster. It might not always get done the way you want it to be done, or as fast or as good as you would do it, as well. Grammar here. Um, but it will get done if you have the right people with you. And also, while you're taking that 10,000-mile approach from above and looking at it, it gives you a little more clarity as to who in your organization is fulfilling the role that they're there to do. And if they're not, then there needs to be a conversation about that. How can I support you so that you can do the role that you are here to do? Or if you're not really able to perform that role, then how can I help you transition to something else and allow me the space to bring in someone who's ready to fill that role? So these are the things that I like helping organizational leaders with. Learning your own value. I'm not a personal coach, but in learning how to know what your value is, and especially your value as a leader in this organization, it can help you bring up the organization and hold it in better esteem and be able to trust your team members that everybody has a role to fulfill. It's not just you doing all the tasks. So management and leadership style is something that I think will help a lot of nonprofits, especially if they can equate that. I like to say, I prefer, instead of using the term executive director, think of yourself like the CEO. You're the CEO. Think of these big corporate CEOs. You wouldn't see them on the assembly line. They wouldn't be down there building the car or whatever it is that their organization is doing. You would see them in, the top floor office with all the windows. So think of yourself that way. You're the CEO. You're the person who should have the top floor penthouse office with all of the windows and the views, so that you can see out clearly over everything and create those better management styles and strategies for your organization to succeed. And if I can help you, please reach out. Thanks so much.